Well, you know what? They are taking it very seriously. Mike Babcock put them through a 55-minute practice earlier today. Usually his practices are like, he says 40 minutes, but he wanted to really spend a lot more time going over things like the ice and behind the net, the extra room, how it might change strategy. And they also announced that Carey Price will start the first game over Roberto Luongo. In my opinion, it's the right move. You got to go with the better goalie who's in better form, and that is Carey Price. I know Roberto Luongo won gold 4 years ago. Do you agree with Carey Price getting the nod in the first game?
2 weeks ago, if you asked me, it doesn't really matter this first game. It almost matters the third game.
Right.
And I would argue that letting Carey Price start tonight doesn't mean as much, although it's deserved because, as you mentioned, current form. I mean, Montreal the last couple of weeks, they could pretty much win any game scoring 2 goals right now. And you're confident Team Canada could score 2 goals and Carey, that would get them a win. That being said, I wouldn't read too much into that because if I'm the coach of Team Canada, I might want the goalie who I'm leaning with to start that first all-important third game,
right,
Beavers Finland on Sunday, maybe to be the goalie who I allow to start second because, Carey is going to have a game and then he's going to have 4 days off or, a couple of days off. You would almost want the goalie going in game 2 to get right back in there, assuming everything goes to plan. That being said, no doubt about it, current form says it all. Carey Price playing absolutely fantastic right now. Roberto Luongo not. And that pretty much throws out any seniority or 2010 edge that you might have given to Roberto. Although I do hear in the dorm room, Roberto's got the single room and Mike Smith and Carey are sharing a room. So he's pulling seniority there.
Well, Price starts, as I mentioned, tonight against Norway. Luongo starts against Austria. Those are both games Canada should win and should win handily. And it is that third game against Finland that really will be Canada's first real test on Sunday. How do you make the decision if you're Mike Babcock? Because, you got to figure both Price and Luongo win. So what do you look for in what they do in their, cream puff games that should basically give the decision as to who starts against the Finns on Sunday?
To be honest, to me, if Carey Price, if he shows the signs of that the jet lag or the trip over or the accommodations have not taken him off the current hot streak that he is on, I don't think there's much of a choice there. Luongo, if Carey Price plays a real solid game, I would think Luongo would have to do a lot. He would have to show. It's against Austria, it's hard to how could he? I don't know how hard it would be to not be perfect, but I would think, Eric, if if gives signs that nothing has been lost from his current form, I think you have no choice to ride him. It's just a hot goalie, as much as it pains me to say from a Leaf fan perspective. But the overall, the overriding factor here, and you hear it a lot. And Cherry went on a big rant the other night. If you saw it. The world is ready. They're ready to put us in our place. Russia has the same sort of desperation, everything to lose, sort of much like Canada did in 2010. Personally, I would be surprised if it's Russia not in that gold medal game versus, say Canada or the United States. But, Cherry's been out there. A lot of people have been out there making this claim that we have to be this all-brute physical team, show that, play this old-school type of hockey that we won't win playing their game, a speed game. But I completely disagree. You look at the talent up and down, the Canadian lineup, and I don't think there's room to play that brute physical hockey in this European size ice, to be perfectly honest.